In this lesson, we'll finish building the connection cable. All right, so we have the first half done. Let's get busy on the second half here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set my next work surface, and I'm going to make it this face here. So we'll go set, and we'll make it this face. And I'm going to jump to my view here, and let's do some flipping around here. Again, I want to make sure that my orientation is right, and I noticed that my bolt will actually be seen on the left, and that's not what I want. So I'm going to jump to my top view, and we'll highlight this entire thing, and we'll give it a quick rotate real quick. So we'll go basically from that point to that point. So now we're in much better position. So I'll go to 3D view. We'll jump to the front of our model here, and that's where we need to be, because what I want to see is I want to be able to see that bolted connection from the side, from any view on my model. So let's get started on creating that second half of that connection. So what we could do is we can go to our left side. Actually, let's set that new work plane. So we'll go set, be this left side, and I'll jump to my left view. And we'll use some lines or model lines to create our next form. So we'll go line, and I'm going to go from this area. And I want this to be an inch thick as well. So we'll go inch out. We'll go here, but we want it to go up 10 inches. So from here is 2, so we need to go to 3. Bring her back down, across, up to this point, to that point, and there. So I should have one nice solid form here. So we'll go create form, and now I can orbit around, and now I'm just going to expand or basically extrude these surfaces to the position I want. So I'm going to bring this across, and we want to move this face, so I'm going to move this one across. Easy as that. So to make sure I have the proper spacing here, I'm going to kind of look around and do some more pulling here. So I'm liking what we have here. So now all we need to do is basically set our next plane and then create our last large piece here that's actually be connected to the cable. So we'll go set this surface, circle from the center there, and this one's going to have a smaller radius. This is going to have a 3-inch radius instead of that 4. We'll create a form for it, and we'll give it a dimension of 9 inches as well. So we'll go from 3 to 9 inches like such. We're almost done with this piece. Now all we need to do is set our work plane to be there. We're going to create another form, another circle, and this will be our bolted connection here. So I want to make sure this is aligned nicely here. And boom. So then I'm just going to create a form for this one. So we'll go create form like such. And this position looks good here, so I'm going to go to a wireframe so I can grab that other face. So we'll go wireframe. We'll grab the face here. I'll tab till it's highlighted. We'll bring this one out as well. So now I'll jump to my right view, go back to my shaded view, and let's see how this is looking so far. So I'm liking what we've got. So this is our connection piece. It'll definitely be visible from any decent distance or view that we create within our model. So now it's just a matter of saving this. So we'll save this one as our finalized connection piece. So we'll say save as, and we'll say this will probably be connection 1, because we'll have 2 connections. And the only difference between the two is the orientation. So we'll say connection 1. Now I'm going to load this into my project. So we'll load this into our support cable. And what I need to do is set my work plane to be this work plane here, because we're going to set it on there. And now I can place this support cable matching up that center point like such. And we've just created our first cable, or first connection. So now, in order for us to get the last piece in here, we need to jump back in here, reorient this according to its reference planes, rename it, and then snap it into this point. So I'm just going to Control Tab until I get back to there, and I want to see the front view of this guy here. And now I'm just going to mirror this one, and I'm going to save it as connection 2. So we'll highlight it. We'll mirror by picking an axis. So it should have mirrored that one. So we'll try it one more time. We'll highlight it, and we'll mirror by picking this axis, and it should shoot it down. And basically what I need to do now is, it's not mirroring because we're in a 3D view technically. You could tell we're highlighted here. So we'll actually have to do this in an elevation view. So we'll go to south elevation. And now I should be able to highlight everything and mirror it across by selecting my line here. And bingo. So now I'm going to take this top half, erase this guy. We're going to save this as connection 2. So we'll say connection 2. And I'm going to load this into my project as well. So we'll load it back into support cable. We're going to set our work plane to be this vertical plane. And now I'm simply going to snap its center point on our adaptive point here. And we've just created our support cable. So now I'm going to rename this one. So we'll say File, Save As. And I'll call this one Support Cable with Connections. Perfect. So now I can load this into our main project here. And I'll go to 3D view. And it's just a matter of just clicking and pointing and getting things in place. So we'll stop here and we'll continue in the next lesson with getting our cables into place by using our reference points as well as those divided paths along our archway.